Welcome back, everyone. I'm Garrett Weinzierl, and welcome back to Entrepreneuring. My guest today was a PhD candidate, actually just finished, is now officially a doctor, student, researcher, and the launch competition director, Dr. Shanta Thoutam. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Garrett. How are you?
I'm doing great, and congratulations right off the bat. Apparently, you
Thank you
just
so
completed
much.
your PhD.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I guess let's start at the beginning. How did you get to NMSU?
So long time ago, I would say I got here in 2001. I got my master's in 2004 in electrical engineering, and I went to work in Austin for 5 years. In 2009, I thought of pursuing an advanced degree, and I came back to NMSU, and I got my PhD in electrical engineering now after 5+ years.
Oh, that's great. And that's good to hear too, because a lot of people, they're not sure if they can take that long of a break from school and come back to it and achieve their goals.
Oh, my advisor, he told me, Shanta, it's like a matter of 5 years, and 5 years is not a big deal of your life. So, you can buy 5 years from your life and get an advanced degree. So,
I can say too, I'm noticing that more and more as time goes on as well. It's like, 5 years doesn't, not as much as I used to think it was.
totally. Yeah.
So I understand you've been working with the Arrowhead Center. How long have you been working with them?
So when I got back to NMSU, I was thinking being an engineer is good, but I should be like an all-round professional. So I heard about Entrepreneurship Institute, Arrowhead Center on campus, and in 2011, I just walked in and I expressed my interest. Hey, you know what? I have a teaching assistantship, but still I want to volunteer and contribute my might to NMSU. Then I got into different roles, and I served since 2011. I served in various capacities at an Arrowhead Center. That's the history looking back.
And has it been a rewarding experience for you? It seems like you've been working with them for quite a while.
That totally changed my mindset. One of my friends, he got his MBA from Wharton, and whenever I talk to him, he's like, you don't need an MBA anymore, because I have almost 5 years of entrepreneurship experience. So we are on the same lines, and he says, you don't need an MBA, totally. And I agree, because I've been working in various capacities, and it totally changed my way of thinking. Now I can, wherever I go, I kind of add value to the whole working system.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you work with specifically the Intellectual Property and Technology Transfer Department within Arrowhead.
Yes.
And so you're directing the launch competition event. What is that event? I'm actually unfamiliar with it.
Yeah. So in 2010, launch Proof of Concept Center started, and it's modeled after the University of California, San Diego Technology Advancement Center, Entrepreneurship Center. And also MIT has a similar kind of program. Deshpande Institute has the POCC concept. So we kind of, modeled after them, and we started our own program. We called it Launch. Proof of Concept Center it started with. So initial years, it was more like you ask people to, the faculty members and staff and students to apply, provide a statement of intern, and then we used to assess if that particular technology or an idea has a potential to move it into the market. And then after a couple of weeks, we used to ask them, the finalists used to submit a full application and pitch their idea to a selection committee. That was purely going, putting them through the application process and assessing the technology or the idea at our end, and giving away the seed money, up to $25,000. So that was the process it started with. But eventually things changed, and we started looking more after what's being done in the industry, entrepreneurship in a startup world, and so we embraced the new concepts. And last year it was more or less we took the POCC Center to the next level, a technology commercialization accelerator program. Last summer, I worked as a program director for a startup accelerator program in upstate New York, Syracuse. It was a great learning experience for me, and I thought, like, why don't we employ, like, absorb those values and put it to our system. So I brought those values back, and we have the cool NSF I-Core program, the national level happening, and they have a really awesome aspects of like customer discovery, profiling your customers, and like not just providing the seed funding, but also like finding like if you're solving a problem, or what are the pains and gains and like a customer is going through. So we kind of like put together everything, and one of the cool aspects of me working at Syracuse was the startup company. They met a lot of mentors who are subject matter experts or like serial entrepreneurs. So we thought, like, why don't we also do similar kind of thing for our Nmsu applicants. So this year we kind of put together a program which has all these aspects, not just asking them to apply and pitch to the selection committee, but they have to be enrolled in the program for 3 months. It started this January 20th, and then they are still in the program. So during these 3 months, we will be like asking them to like profile their customers. If you have a technology, what is the problem you are solving? Is your problem the best your solution is the best solution you are providing for that problem? What are the pains and gains? So we are asking them to like step back and think about all these aspects. And not just that, but we are providing a lot of mentorship hours. Like, we are bringing really awesome subject matter experts and serial entrepreneurs as mentors, and we are giving the launch finalists an opportunity to talk to them and get a lot of feedback, not only just for the customer segment, but also regarding the product development and the milestones, and how to use the seed funding, so forth and so on.
Well, talk to me about those milestones. Like, what are they? How do you typically break them up?
So usually, first thing would be like, okay, identify this. You have a solution, but what is the problem? Is that a real problem? What are the pains and gains of your customer? And then profile your customers. That would be the second thing. And parallelly, you are meeting with a lot of mentors, getting a lot of feedback from these folks who think outside the box, who are not attached to the solution you are providing, because the entrepreneurs are more attached to their baby, like their solution or like their idea, but not someone else. So this mentor will look outside the box, and like they will give a lot of they provide a lot of feedback to the launch finalists.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the fourth phase would be more like product development aspects, like get the feedback from the customers and then use those aspects to to develop your product and make it more robust, not just a minimum viable one.
So you get the seed funding, you set out your milestones and do your research and whatnot, and you find your customers, and then you get feedback from them. You're still in the development process. This is before you've actually gone and made your product, so that you can gain the feedback to intelligently design your finished product.
Yes,
okay.
And also find the beachhead market, we call where who will benefit a lot from this product, the target segment, the customer segment, and identifying all those things, and also as I said, not just profiling the customers and getting the feedback, but applying those aspects for your product development. That's like a holistic view of launch.
So where do you go after product development? What is the next step?
So when you're doing the customer discovery, you kind of come up with this idea, with this notion: should I start up my own company, or this technology and this research is only applicable for licensing to someone else, like to just license the technology and develop the technology from there. So far this year, we have all the finalists who went through the customer discovery, and they found their technologies are really good enough to start up a business. So they're pursuing that route. They want although they are coming from the academic settings, they learn the jargon, the entrepreneurial jargon, and not just that, like how to enter into the market, start up their own business. It's great that all of our teams, they have a faculty member and a student, working together, and they're really super excited to move forward and start up their own business, and if possible, maybe get acquired or license their technology to someone else.
It seems like is a large focus just on with this program of helping researchers figure out their real world application of whatever it is their idea is
at the early stage of development, because once you have your defined product, it's not easy to to push it into the market. So when you have the idea, the concept or the idea, then you kind of refine your idea based on what the market is looking for. Then that's perfect timing. So we are providing not just all these resources, mentorship, or it could be other resources, but we are providing the seed funding too, and those funds can be used for product development or for anything else.
Right, and I'm assuming once you develop your product, you need to get into the marketing side of things as well. How to market that product.
Yep. So we do kind of help them with that, because we have a lot of technology commercialization associates. We call them TCAs.
Okay.
They help these faculty members, like throughout this 3 months program. We kind of help them, take them through the step-by-step process, product development. And during that product development, we kind of help them with the market analysis, kind of putting together the business plan, but not like an elaborate business plan, but at least the market analysis, which covers the 4 P's: the product, pricing, and the place and promotion. So
that seems like extremely valuable information to have. I mean, a lot of times when you go to research that type of information, it's hard to know where to even start.
Yeah, because the students or the faculty or the staff members, they come with this academic setting mindset, and they don't have this entrepreneurial experience. So we are kind of helping them. The education we are providing them is invaluable, because they don't get an opportunity to think outside the box. And also the jargon is very different from the academic settings. So when we ask them to pitch an idea, they get into the technicalities, and we say no, you're not supposed to talk about your technology a lot. Put it in layman words, explain your technology to, as if you're explaining it to your grandmother or your friend or your mom. So we kind of provide that kind of coaching, and it's very interesting, because the faculty members and the staff, they start at point A, and at the end of the program, they're kind of entrepreneurial. They acquire those skills.
I think it's funny you mentioned that specifically, because I've had a chance now to talk to multiple researchers at Nmsu through the Arrowhead Center, and it seems like it's working, because I'm absolutely a layman when it comes to this, a lot of these technologies that these researchers are coming here and talking about. By the end of it, I understand why it is they started researching that in the first place, and why there is a market for that technology at the end of their research.
Yeah, because I started in 2011, and I saw this whole thing changing and growing and evolving. So I totally witnessed that, how we are helping the staff members or the faculty members to think as an entrepreneur, not just like a researcher, but as an entrepreneur. They have to have an idea, what they are working on. Is there any value for that? Assessing that at the early stage is very important, and providing whatever the services we are providing or the resources we are providing to them, they are valuing, they see the value in our services, and they are coming back to us. So that's great for us.
No, it seems like you clearly are passionate about it as well. Being this type of mentor it has to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is because I worked as an engineer for 5 years, sitting in my cubby hole, going, go to work by 9 and come back by 5. It was you just get into the routine. But once I got back to Nmsu, it was a lot of interactions with the faculty members or students, and working on their technologies. And initial years, I started working on assessing the already existing patents, and see, like, is there any commercial value for these patents? Can we license these technologies, or can we start up a business based on these technologies? It was a lot of fun. It was not just electrical engineering technologies or patents. It was in from anywhere. Like, it could be a biology or like a agriculture patent. So it's more fun for me. And I found myself calling in entrepreneurship because I started working with Arrowhead Center. And
That's
as an electrical engineer and getting a PhD in electrical engineering, still I got an opportunity to work in New York. And in New York, people were asking, like, "You're from New Mexico. How come you're here?" I'm like, "That's what my passion." And that's what everything boils down to.
no, that's great. That's wonderful, and it's got to be too. I assume with the amount of pitches you see and rapidly go through. I mean, it just has to. I'm sure you rapidly became just a fantastic mentor because you've got to start noticing patterns. It's like, no, I've seen this exact same roadblock 5 other times.
Yeah.
So that it's got to be great. The type of mentor it's crafted you into. So.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. It's totally like, looking back, I don't think I just got a PhD in electrical engineering, but I would say like I have a minor or like more than a minor in entrepreneurship now.
It certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
So getting back to the launch competition, when is it? Do you have it multiple times a year? Is it one time a year?
So it is once in a year. It starts in fall semester of every year. We accept the applications during the fall semester, and we kind of do the due diligence at our end, and ask them to participate in the pitch day. Like, they will be presenting their ideas. Most of the applicants who applied, they get through the chance to present to the selection committee, and we select the finalists based on the selection committee's judging process, and we put them together. We provide them the initial seed funding. It could be up to $5,000, and we put them through this 3 months program where they'll be, as I said, where they will be getting a lot of mentorship hours and also services and resources from our Arrowhead Center. And at the end of the 3rd month, they will be pitching for a bigger grand $25,000 award. So this year we thought, like, not just $25,000, how about we have a crowd favorite and also a social media favorite? So now a poll is set up, and we are sending out email blasting the links to not just the NMSU, but to the general public to, like, select your favorite technology which should win the launch of $25,000, or the social media favorite or the crowd favorite. So it's going to be like super exciting this year.
So does that mean you have multiple winners now, or is there still just a single winner?
So whoever participates in the 3 months program, we call them launch finalists, and at the end, that is in April 28th, we have the demo day. We call it as launch day. They will be presenting again. The finalists will be competing for the grand award, the final launch award of $25,000. Okay. So right now we have like 4 finalists, and who will be competing for the final award on April 28th.
Oh, wonderful. So since you mentioned the voting, this is clearly happening in some public aspect. How can people see the launch competition?
So we are inviting them. We are asking them to participate, join us, select the finalists, and it's going to be at the Dominici Hall of New Mexico State University, April 28th. It starts at 1:30 p.m. and we have a reception right after that. So there is a possibility we declare the finalist over there, or it could be the next day based on like the judging process. But we will be announcing the crowd favorite and the social media favorite right away on that day. And everyone, not only just NMSU faculty, students, and staff members, but it's open for general public. If the finalist wants to bring the family or friends, they are welcome to join us. We want to reach out to not just to the NMSU community, but also to the Las Cruces or Albuquerque or the New Mexico community. Totally.
Well, that's wonderful. And this is a relatively new development for the launch program, because you've been working with it for 5 years. Has it always been
past 4 years, it was more like, it was done in closed rooms. So it was like, we had all these pitch days and launch days, but it was like more confined to like, for only like the participants and the selection committee. But this year we thought of like, taking it open and so that like we can invite people from, you know, not just from NMSU, but from the local community too.
I like that, especially going back to earlier when we were speaking, that focus you put on being able to explain your idea to the general populace. So
Yes.
I think that even that works even more into that focus.
And that compels the participants to give their pitch in layman terms, because you don't have just the people with technical background or subject matter expert, but there could be your grandmother or your mother sitting in the audience, or your friend sitting in the audience. It would be really cool for you to like translate your technical jargon into like layman terms. So
Right, absolutely.
that's a win-win for us and for them too.
That's great. So, any exciting things you'd like to try in the future with it that you can talk about, or should I not ask you that?
Let's see. But I would like to say, like, everyone is invited for launch. The launch day is happening on April 28th. Mark your calendars. It's going to be at 1:30 p.m. at Yates Theater of Dominici Hall, New Mexico State University.
Wonderful, absolutely
And
great.
you're invited too, Garrett.
Oh, well, thank you, Shanta.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Well, any closing thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah. So launch is a great proof of center program, and I would say now it became as a technology commercialization accelerator program of New Mexico, and it's great. This is the fifth round we are doing, and we not only provide the resources, but we provide seed funding to the applicants, and we encourage faculty members, students, and the staff to participate in launch. And we'd already started thinking about the next round. It's going to be fall 2016. So it's exciting, and it's growing, and it's evolving, and yeah, it's an awesome program, and I encourage everyone to take part in launch at Arrowhead Center.
Wonderful. Well, Shanta, Dr. Shanta, now, thank you so much for your time today. This was great.
Thank you so much for having me here, and it's a great opportunity to speak my mind and share my experiences, because I'm not a full-time employee, but as a student, I got this great opportunity to not just work for Arrowhead Center, but grow myself as a professional, and which opened a lot of doors for me to explore. And I'm not the same person 5 years ago. Like, I was more like an engineer, but working at Arrowhead Center and working for launch, it completely changed my thought process. And I want that thing, like as a change agent. I became a change agent, becoming the University Innovation Fellow, and I started explaining the same thing to the engineers. Like, engineers, we develop things, we have ideas, but there is a way you have to think outside the box and move your ideas into the market. Otherwise, they just sit on top of your table and get unnoticed, I guess. So
Yeah,
it's great. I encouraged NMSU students and faculty members and staff to participate in the next round of launch, and come watch us at the Yates Theater on April 28th at 1:30 p.m. and help us select a great launch awardee.
Well, thank you again, Shanta. Your passion clearly comes across, and it's so exciting that you get to get so much enjoyment out of sharing your experience and helping others grow. So.
Thank you so much.
So thank you again, and thank you to everyone who watched. Again, go check out the launch competition, vote for your favorite, and until next time, have a good one, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.